Good morning everyone. Today in this session I am going to discuss regarding the group 17 elements. Group 17 elements. Group 17 elements, they are also known as halogen family. In Greek, the word halo means sea salt. Gens means producing. In halogens, first element is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. These are the elements of the halogen family. Let us study their occurrence here one by one. Occurrence of these elements, where they occur in nature. First element is fluorine. Fluorine, it is present in the form of fluorspar known as CaF2. It is present in the form of cryolite. Its formula is Na3Al(F6). This fluorine, it is also present in fluorspar. Fluorine is also present in soil. It is present in river water. It is present in plants. It is present in bones and teeth of animals. Bones and teeth of animals. These are some of the sources of the fluorine. After fluorine, next comes here chlorine, bromine as well as iodine. Seawater contains chlorides, bromides as well as iodides of sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. Seawater contains the chlorides, bromides, iodides of sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium. They are in the form of salts. For example, if I take sodium chloride, the main component is the sodium chloride. It is present 2.5% by volume. Sodium chloride is present 2.5% by volume. Seawater also contains carnallite. Carnallite, its formula is KCl MgCl2 6 moles of water. These are some of the sources of the chloride, bromides as well as let us see the iodides here next. Iodine. Iodine, it is present in sea in the form of seaweeds. Unwanted plants which are grown in the sea is known as seaweeds. In seaweeds contains iodine in small amount. Iodine, it is also present in chili saltpetre. Chili saltpetre, while extracting along with this chili saltpetre, we get iodine. For about 0.2% of iodine is present in the form of sodium iodate. If you see in nature, fluorine and chlorine are abundant in nature, whereas bromine as well as iodine, they are present in very small amount. This is regarding their occurrence. After occurrence, next comes here the general characteristics. In general characteristics, first one comes here, the electronic configuration. First is electronic configuration. Elements like fluorine, its atomic number is 9. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine 9, 17, 35, 53, this is 85. Astatine is 85. This is the atomic number. Next we shall write the electronic configuration of these elements. Electronic configuration. We can write the electronic configuration with respect to noble gas elements. So if I write first one with respect to helium, it is 2s2 2p 5 configuration for fluorine. For the chlorine it is neon 3s2 3p5 configuration, argon 3d10 4s2 4p5 configuration, krypton for the iodine it is 4d10 5s2 5p5 configuration, xenon for the astatine it will be 4f14 5d10 6s2 6p5 configuration. If you observe, the outer shell or the valence shell electronic configuration is in the form of ns2 np5 configuration. What is the general outer electronic configuration? General outer electronic configuration is ns2 np5 configuration. For the halogen family, if you take only the electronic configuration, we have to write noble gas or inert gas ns2 np5 configuration. This is regarding the electronic configuration. After electronic configuration, next comes here the atomic or ionic radius. Second one is atomic or ionic radii. If you see first in each period, if you consider first element is fluorine. See, in each period these elements have very smallest atomic size. In each period if you consider these elements, they are having fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. In their period these elements exhibit very small atomic radii. Why these elements in their period exhibit small atomic radii? Because of the maximum effective nuclear charge. Due to maximum effective nuclear charge in their periods, these elements exhibit a small atomic radius, smallest atomic radius, because of due to maximum effective nuclear charge. If you see these elements down the group here, from fluorine to astatine, from fluorine to astatine, what happens here? As you move down the group from fluorine to astatine, the atomic number increases, the number of shells also increases, its principal quantum number increases, the number of shells increases, which in turn increases its atomic and ionic radius. From fluorine to astatine, atomic radius increases. Why the atomic radius increases? Due to increase in the number of shells. As the atomic number goes on increases, principal quantum number increases, the number of shells also increases, which in turn increases its atomic as well as ionic radius down the group from fluorine to astatine. Second was atomic and ionic radius. Third comes here the ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy. These halogen elements, they are having less tendency of losing electrons because they are electronegative in nature and they have less tendency to lose the electrons. These elements in their period, if you take fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, these elements in their period, they exhibit the highest ionization energy. They are having high ionization enthalpy in their period. This element exhibits high ionization enthalpy in their periods because they are having very small atomic size. Due to its small atomic size, and these elements are having highly, they are electronegative in nature because of its small atomic size and electronegativity. They exhibit a high ionization enthalpy in their period. But when you see down the group from fluorine to iodine or fluorine to astatine, down the group what happens from fluorine to astatine? Here down the group, its atomic number increases, which in turn its atomic size increases. As the atomic size goes on increasing, what happens here? With the force of attraction between the nucleus and the outermost electron decreases. So we can easily remove the electron, which in turn is nothing but the ionization enthalpy decreases. With increase in size from fluorine to astatine, ionization enthalpy goes on decreasing. The ionization enthalpy decreases due to increase in its atomic size. This was ionization enthalpy. Next comes here the electron gain enthalpy. Fourth is electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. The 17th group elements halogen family, they are electronegative elements. They have a tendency to gain an electron because if you see its a valence shell contains ns2 np5 configuration. They have tendency to gain an electron. If they get one electron, it will complete its octet structure. They are equal to their next inert gas configuration. Hence these elements, they have more tendency of gaining an electron. If they gain one electron, they have completed its octet structure and they have a inert gas configuration. Hence these elements, they have more electronegative in nature and they are having negative electron gain enthalpy. They are having negative electron gain enthalpy. These elements are having negative electron gain enthalpy. If you see these elements from fluorine to iodine down the group, from fluorine to iodine down the group, in general what happens here, the atomic size increases. As atomic size increases, the electronegativity goes on decreasing, then their electron tendency to form an electron gain enthalpy also decreases. But if you see fluorine and chlorine, if you compare, fluorine is having less electron gain enthalpy than the chlorine. Even though fluorine is the most electronegative element, but it is having less electron gain enthalpy than compared with the chlorine. Because fluorine, its size is very small. Due to its small size, what happens? This fluorine experiences a strong interelectronic repulsion. Due to strong interelectronic repulsion in the fluorine, it is having less electron gain enthalpy than compared with the chlorine. After this electron gain enthalpy, last comes here the electronegativity. Fifth one is electronegativity. You know that fluorine, it is the highest electronegative element in the periodic table. The first highest electronegative element in the periodic table is the fluorine. When you move from fluorine to iodine down the group, due to increase in its atomic number, the atomic size increases, which in turn the electronegativity decreases. The electronegativity decreases from fluorine to iodine due to increase in its atomic size. Fluorine is the highest electronegative element in the periodic table. After this electronegativity, this completes the general characteristics of the 17th group elements. Next comes here its physical properties. Physical properties. In physical properties, first comes here its physical state. Physical state. Between the molecules of halogens, there exists a weak force known as van der Waals forces. So, weak force exists between the molecules, that is which force? Van der Waals force. Van der Waals force exists between the molecules of the halogens. From fluorine to iodine, the van der Waals force, the magnitude of van der Waals forces increases. From fluorine to iodine, the magnitude of van der Waals forces increases. Hence, fluorine and chlorine in nature, they exist in the form of a gas. They are having weak van der Waals forces, but the magnitude of van der Waals forces increases. Bromine, in nature it exists as a liquid, volatile liquid. Whereas iodine, it exists in nature in the form of a volatile solid. From fluorine to iodine, the magnitude of van der Waals force goes on increasing. Fluorine and chlorine are gases in nature. Bromine, it is volatile liquid, and iodine, it is a volatile solid. The physical state of these elements depends upon the van der Waals force. As the magnitude of van der Waals force increases from fluorine to iodine, here the physical state changes from gases to solid. From fluorine to iodine, van der Waals forces, magnitude of van der Waals forces goes on increasing. Second comes here its melting point and boiling point. The melting point and boiling point of these elements, that is from fluorine to iodine. The melting point and boiling point from fluorine to iodine down the group increases. From fluorine to iodine down the group increases because of the increase in size and due to increase in the magnitude of van der Waals forces. As the van der Waals forces increases, here its melting point and boiling point also increases from fluorine to iodine. Next comes here, third one is the color. These halogens exhibit color. They are colored in nature. The color of the halogens is due to the presence of unpaired electrons. These halogens, they contain the unpaired electrons. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, they contain the unpaired electrons. These unpaired electrons they absorb the visible radiation. When they absorb visible radiation, they excite to the higher energy level, and they get excited to the higher energy level. Here different elements exhibit different color because these depends upon the quanta of visible radiation they have absorbed here. Different elements like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, they are having different colors because here they are having different quanta of visible radiation they have absorbed. Difference in their quanta of visible radiations they have absorbed. Hence you can see different colors. For example, if I take fluorine, it is yellow in color. Fluorine. Chlorine, it is greenish yellow in color. Bromine, it is reddish brown in color. And iodine, it is violet color. The color of these elements is due to the presence of unpaired electrons. The unpaired electrons, they absorb the visible radiations and they jump to the higher energy level. And different colors are there because each element, they absorb the different quanta of visible radiations. Hence you can see different colors for different elements. Fluorine exhibits yellow color, chlorine greenish yellow, bromine reddish brown in color, iodine is violet. In general, they are colored because of the presence of unpaired electrons. After this color, next comes here the solubility. Fourth one is solubility. Fluorine and chlorine. Fluorine and chlorine, they are highly soluble in water. Fluorine and chlorine, they are highly soluble in water. Whereas bromine as well as iodine, they are sparingly soluble in water. They are sparingly soluble in water. Bromine and iodine are sparingly soluble in water, but they are highly soluble in organic solvents like CS2 carbon disulfide, alcohol, benzene, CCl4, chloroform and so on. And these are generally they are in the form of a colored solutions. After solubility, next comes here enthalpy of dissociation. Physical property fifth is enthalpy of dissociation. Enthalpy of dissociation. Here, if you see fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, among this, chlorine is having high enthalpy of dissociation than compared with the fluorine. Chlorine is having, as you move from chlorine to iodine, when you move from chlorine to iodine, the enthalpy of dissociation goes on decreasing from chlorine to iodine here. If you take the enthalpy of dissociation of fluorine, it is less than that of the chlorine as well as that of the bromine. The reason why this fluorine it is having less enthalpy of dissociation than compared with the chlorine and bromine means in fluorine FF bond, since the fluorine atom it is having a small atomic size, due to its small atomic size there is an inter-electronic repulsion takes place. Because of its small size, the inter-electronic repulsion takes place. Hence, this fluorine molecule exhibit a low enthalpy of dissociation than compared with the chlorine as well as the bromine. From chlorine to iodine, the bond dissociation enthalpy decreases because of the increase in the bond length. From chlorine to iodine, bond length goes on increases, which in turn decreases its bond dissociation enthalpy. This is all regarding the physical properties. After this physical properties, next comes the chemical properties. Chemical properties, in that chemical properties, first one comes the oxidation state. Oxidation state. The general oxidation state of 17 group elements is -1. All the elements exhibit oxidation state of -1. Why they are having -1? You know that the halogen elements, they are electronegative in nature. They have a tendency to gain an electron. If they gain one electron, then their electronic configuration is that of the inert gas configuration. To attain inert gas configuration, they require one electron. Hence, all the elements, they are having common oxidation state of -1. Fluorine is having oxidation state of -1. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, they are having -1 as a common oxidation state. But they are also having positive oxidation state. Positive oxidation state of +1, +3, +5, as well as they are having +7 as a oxidation state. Except fluorine. Fluorine does not exhibit positive oxidation state. Except fluorine, all the elements, they are having a positive oxidation state. You know that in nature, fluorine is the highest electronegative element. In the periodic table itself, the fluorine is highest electronegative element. It does not exhibit any positive oxidation state. Except fluorine, all the elements exhibit positive oxidation state of +1, +3, +5 and +7. Halogen in its ground state. Halogen in its ground state. Halogen atom, if you take in its ground state, in its ground state, what is the valence shell electronic configuration for halogen atom is ns2 np5 configuration. It is having 2 electrons, ns2, np, it is having 5 electrons, np5, 3, 4 and 5, and they are having vacant d orbitals. They are having vacant nd0. Here if you see, it is having only one unpaired electron. If it loses one unpaired electron, then its oxidation state becomes +1 in its ground state. If it gains one electron, then its oxidation state becomes -1. +1, -1, it depends upon the gaining of electron and losing of electron. If it gains one electron, here it becomes -1 as its oxidation state. If it loses one electron, then it becomes +1 as its oxidation state. Halogen atom in first excited state. Halogen atom in first excited state. In first excited state, here ns2 electrons remain as it is, np and nd. In first excited state, one electron from np is jumped to the vacant d orbitals and it becomes nd1, and this is np4. Here if you see unpaired electrons, number of unpaired electrons is 3. It can lose 3 electrons, hence its oxidation state becomes +3 in first excited state. The halogen atom in the second excited state, Ns2 inner electrons remain as it is, Np, and this is Nt. One electron from Np shell, it jumps to the Nd vacant Nd, so it will form 2 electrons in Nd. It will form Nd2, this is Np3. Number of unpaired electrons is 5, hence it exhibits oxidation state of +5 in the second excited state. Similarly, in the third excited state, the halogen atom, 1 electron from Ns jumps to the vacant d orbital and it will form here Ns1, Np3, Nd3. The number of unpaired electrons, total 7 unpaired electrons, hence its oxidation state becomes +1. It can lose 7 electrons, hence its oxidation state becomes +7. In this way it exhibits -1 if it gains 1 electron, +1, +3, +5 and +7 as its oxidation states. Fluorine exhibit only -1 oxidation state, whereas chlorine, bromine and iodine exhibit both -1 negative oxidation state as well as positive oxidation state from +1 to +7. These halogen atoms, they form high oxidation states. When they exhibit high oxidation state means when they react with elements like electronegative elements like oxygen or the elements like fluorine. Halogen exhibits highest oxidation state when they combine with oxygen or when they combine with fluorine. Some of the example we shall see here. Some of the examples like interhalogens. Interhalogens, the word itself indicates here 2 halogens are combined here to form ClF, Br, F3, IF7 and so on. Some of the oxides, if you take here example like ClO2, I2O5 and so on, BrO2 or BrO3. These are the oxides example, high oxidation state. Some of the oxo acids like HOCl, HOClO, HClO3 and HClO4. These are some of the examples when the halogen elements exhibit high oxidation state when they are with oxygen as well as the fluorine or it may be chlorine also. This is all about the oxidation state. After oxidation state, the second chemical property is the oxidizing power. Oxidizing power. You know that these halogen atoms are highly electronegative in nature and they are a strong oxidizing agent because they have a tendency to gain an electron. They are highly electronegative and they are act as a strong oxidizing agent. Among these, fluorine, it is having strong oxidizing power. If you take this, some of the examples like fluorine, when it reacts with like halides like X minus, if I take X as here, it will form X2, where X is chlorine, bromine or it may be iodine. Fluorine acts as a strong oxidizing agent. After fluorine, next comes here chlorine. When it reacts with halides, here chlorine reacts with halides like bromine and iodine. Here X will be bromine or it may be iodine. When bromine reacts with iodide ions, it will form bromide ions. Along with bromide ions, it will form an I2, it will form iodine. This shows these elements acts as a good oxidizing agent. Fluorine gas, when it reacts with water, it will form oxygen. Fluorine, when it reacts with water, it will form HF, along with that dioxygen is obtained. Fluorine, when it reacts with water, it oxidizes to form dioxygen. Fluorine, when it reacts with 3 moles of fluorine, when it reacts with 3 moles of water, fluorine oxidizes to form HF as well as ozone. When chlorine reacts with water, if chlorine reacts with water, you get HCl acids and HOCl, hypohalous acid. Here hypochlorous acid is obtained. Similarly, when bromine reacts with water, you get HBr and HOBr. Hydrogen bromide and hypobromous acid is obtained. These are some of the examples which show that it acts as a good oxidizing agent. After this, next comes here a reaction with the third one. How it react with reactivity towards hydrogen. These halogen atoms, they react with hydrogen and they form as HX, that is hydrogen halides, where X is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, or it may be iodine. Here the tendency of these halogen, the affinity towards the hydrogen goes on decreasing from fluorine to iodine. The formation of hydrogen halides decreases from HF to HI, because here the tendency affinity decreases. The affinity of these halogens towards the hydrogen decreases from fluorine to HI. And if you see these elements like HF, HCl, HI, they are generally react with water and they form as hypohalous acid. They react with water and they form hypohalous acid. If you see its acidic strength, if you see the order of acidic strength, here. Order of acidic strength of these hydrogen halides: HF, HCl, HBr and HI. Which is more acidic here? HI is more acidic. From HF to HI, the acidic strength goes on increasing. HI is having more acidic strength than the HF. If you see, it's the bond dissociation enthalpy. If you see bond dissociation enthalpy. Bond dissociation enthalpy here, which is having more bond dissociation enthalpy, HF is having more bond dissociation enthalpy than HCl, than HBr, than the HI. HI is having less bond dissociation enthalpy because of its larger size. As the bond length increases, its bond dissociation enthalpy decreases. Hi is having less bond dissociation enthalpy than compared with the HF because of increase in the bond length between H and I, whereas it is having more acidic strength. Hi is more acidic strength than compared with the HF. This is all reactivity towards the hydrogen. Next comes here reactivity towards the oxygen. Reactivity towards the oxygen. Fluorine forms two types of oxides, OF2 and O2F2. Here among these two oxides, OF2 it is stable even at room temperature. And this O2F2 here when it reacts with plutonium, here it will form PuF6, plutonium hexafluoride is obtained. When it reacts here it will form plutonium hexafluoride. This is oxides of fluorine. After fluorine next comes here the chlorine. Oxides of chlorine acts as a good oxidizing agent. Some of the oxides of chlorine are ClO2, Cl2O, Cl2O6, Cl2O7 and so on. These acts as a good oxidizing agent. Among these oxides, Cl2O, it acts as a good bleaching agent. Cl2O, it is used as a bleaching agent in paper, in textile industry. It is also used in the water, purification of water, to sterilization of water also Cl2O is used. All these oxides acts as a good oxidizing agent. After chlorine next comes here bromine. Bromine oxides are BrO2, BrO3, Br2O. These oxides of bromine also acts as a good oxidizing agent, but they are very least stable, very less stable in nature. After bromine next comes here iodine. Some of the oxidizing agents, oxides of iodine are I2O5, I2O4. These are the oxides here. Among these oxides, I2O5 acts as a good oxidizing agent, and these oxidizing agent, they are generally in the form of a solid form. This is reactivity towards oxygen. Next comes here the reactivity towards the metals. Halogen react with metals and they form as respective metal halides. For example, if I take magnesium reacts with bromine, it will form magnesium bromide, MgBr2. If you see some of the ionic metallic bonds, like if I take M, where M is a monovalent metal. M is monovalent metal. Monovalent metals like I can take M as sodium also. Here its ionic nature decreases from Mf to MCl to MBr to Mi. Here its stability decreases from Mf to Mi, where M is a monovalent metal like sodium. Its stability goes on decreases. Next comes here metal halides form two type of oxidation state. One is high oxidation state and another is low oxidation state. They form high oxidation state and another is low oxidation state. These metal halides, when they are in high oxidation state, they are more covalent in nature. When the metal halides in high oxidation state are more covalent, and the metal halides with less oxidation state are less covalent in nature. Metal halides are more covalent when they are in high oxidation state. Some of them are PbCl4, SnCl4, SbCl5, UF6. These are some of the metal halides with high oxidation state. Low oxidation state like PbCl2, SnCl2, SbCl3 and UF4. Low oxidation state metallic halides are less covalent in nature. High oxidation state metallic halides are more covalent in nature. After this reactivity towards metal, next comes here reactivity towards the halogens. Reactivity towards halogens. Here the halogen itself combines with other halogens. Halogen combine with other halogens. Halogens combines with other halogens. Number of halogens to form a compounds, and these compounds we call as interhalogen compounds. Halogen combine among themselves to form interhalogen compounds. Halogen combine with among themselves or with other halogens to form interhalogen compounds. We generally represent it as X dash. Here X means the halogen atom with larger size. X dash means the halogen atom with smaller size. You know, whenever it is smaller size, it is high electronegative in nature. X represents larger size halogen atom. X dash represents here smaller size halogen atom. Smaller size halogen atom with high electronegativity. This is very important in the competitive exams. You get based on this interhalogen compounds. Even in the theory also you get definition with examples. Some of the interhalogen compounds are X dash, X3 dash, X5 dash and X7 dash. Let us see examples is like X dash, X is Cl, X dash is F, ClF. Cl is larger than fluorine, Cl is less electronegative than fluorine. Fluorine small size, high electronegativity. Example for X3 dash, ClF3, I can take BrF3. Br and Cl, they are smaller size, larger size than compared with the fluorine. X dash, X5 dash like IF5 and X dash is IF7. These are the examples for interhalogen compounds. After this reactivity towards halogen, this completes the chemical properties of the halogens. After chemical properties, next comes here anomalous behavior of fluorine. Anomalous behavior of fluorine. Some of the anomalous characteristics or anomalous behavior of fluorine is first, size. It is having small atomic size. Fluorine is having small atomic size. Its atomic size is small. Second one, fluorine is highly electronegative in nature. It is high electronegativity or high electronegative element. And if you see the ionization enthalpy, it is having high ionization enthalpy. High ionization enthalpy. Fourth is, it does not contain any d orbital, absence of d orbitals, absence of d orbitals. The last one is, here it is having low bond dissociation enthalpy. Fluorine, it is having low bond dissociation enthalpy. These are some of the anomalous property or anomalous behavior of the fluorine. In the next session we study regarding the chlorine. Thank you.